What do you know about the new Fiscal Treaty?
Absolutely enough.
Well, that it's a treaty that should improve the situation and the financial situation in the European Union and the way, well, member states help each other.
I studied European law many years ago and I followed it from time to time, but I have no clue what the new fiscal treaty would be.
No.
Member states are drafting a new treaty to resolve the Eurozone crisis.
No, I don't know anything.
Don't be ashamed if you also don't know the answer to this question. The definition doesn't come in any encyclopedia. Fiscal treaty or intergovernmental treaty are just two of many ways to call the Treaty on Stability, Coordination and Governance in Economic and Monetary Union. Not one, neither two, 3 or 4, but 5 drafts were needed to produce the final document. The document represents a political agreement to tighter fiscal discipline and deeper economic integration. The new fiscal pact was agreed at the informal European Council on the 30th of January and should be signed at the next regular summit on the 1st of March. But what is new about it? Lorenzo Consoli, journalist and academic expert in European affairs, defends that not much.
The idea of having this balanced budget in the constitution or in the primary law of each member state, this is new, this is something the fiscal compact has and the EU legislation doesn't have, and the mechanism for automatic correction in case there is a deviation from the objective of the balanced budget. So this is what is really new.
But not good news, as the idea did not appeal to everyone. 2 of the 27 countries of the European Union, United Kingdom and Czech Republic, won't sign the German-led fiscal treaty.
I don't know if Germany is winner, but the Europeans will be losers if this is applied as it is.
Also, the youth political movements have been debating the pros and cons of the fiscal treaty. Rocco Garobi, the president of the European Free Alliance Youth, an organization that promotes regional autonomism progressivism, is clearly against the new treaty.
So we as an organization are against this compact because, first of all, it was not democratic. It was signed and discussed behind closed doors among some head of governments. Second of all, we are against because it's just focused on fiscal compact, and we cannot resolve and get out of the crisis if we do not include sustainable growth.
Pauline Gessin, president of the European Young Federalists, shares some arguments and sees the process as a glass that is half empty and half full.
It goes in the right direction, but at the same time we are really missing a sustainable approach. We miss the union of solidarity, we miss a plan for development, for economic development and growth. The government used to reach this treaty. I mean, it was done without the citizens, and it's really time to involve the citizens.
While 100 national officials, several legal experts from Council and Commission, plus 3 members of the European Parliament were negotiating the document at a couple of meetings, the European Parliament itself seemed to be a mere visitor in the negotiation process that lasted from December 2011 to February 2012, a process where the public opinion has not been taken into account, making the democracy of the European Union go a few steps down. Jacques Delors, one of the founding fathers of the European Union, used the celebrations of the 20th anniversary of Maastricht Treaty to express his disappointment.
Moi, j'ai toujours pensé que le dialogue social était un des piliers de la démocratie. Je ne dis pas la codécision, je dis le dialogue social est avec le système parlementaire et l'élection directe un des éléments de la démocratie. Donc sans dialogue social, ce n'est plus le modèle européen, c'est une autre société.
Now attention turns to the legal details and to ratification process. Some even question the legality of the 8th article concerning the roles of the Commission and the Court of Justice.
Then there is one thing that is really, I think, even illegal. I mean, it doesn't really respect the community law. Is the possibility for the Court of Justice to sanction member states that don't apply this balanced budget rule in the constitution and primary law, a sanction which can rise to 0.1% of the GDP. Now this is something that, in my opinion, but not only my opinion, in the parliament, many people have said that also, is not compatible with the EU law, because the Court of Justice can only impose sanctions about infringements of the EU law, and this is not EU law. The Fiscal Compact is not EU law. So it is something that has been done against the rule of law, of the EU rule of law, just to please one country, Germany.
In the treaty, the key provisions of fiscal discipline always fulfill the demands of Germany, but observers, as the Italian journalist Guido Romano, also expect the treaty to respond to the financial and economic crisis, where countries with a strong economy will have to accept greater financial transfers to countries hit by the crisis.
First of all, it's clearly a way to regain trust in most northern countries where the fiscal situation of other members of the Eurozone is worrying. So in actual fact, it's a way of reinforcing European spirit in Germany, the Netherlands, in Finland, and so on.
On the other hand, the Greek journalist Sarantis Mikaropoulos sees a collective solution as the only possibility for a collective problem.
At the end of 2008, Greeks were shouting about the spreads. But nobody was listening. Everybody was saying in Central Europe that Greece is an isolated case and stuff like that. Then we had Portugal, then we had Spain, now we have Italy. We had the massive downgrades of 8 Eurozone members. And now we realized in Europe, after 2.5 years, that the problem is collective. And obviously we need collective solution.
A collective union that inspired the 36 meters high sculpture Confluence of Olivier Strebel, displayed in the European Parliament in Brussels. When removing a piece of it, the whole structure collapsed, in a poetic allusion to the unity dream of the European Union.
L'Europe a le choix entre survivre ou décliner. Est-ce qu'un pays européen estime qu'il peut survivre à lui tout seul? Et que l'on soit fédéraliste ou confédéraliste ou intergouvernementaliste, si nous nous mettons ensemble, nous avons plus de chance de répondre aux défis du monde actuel. C'est tout.